Hey everybody, Ethan here with Standing Stone, and this is the third video in our train retrieve process with Sir Hex. Yes, he's done a good job so far. We're going to start the session off the way that we do all of our sessions, and you can see he's very comfortable on the table. But we will start the session the way we start all of them, and then move right into building on hold, what we were working on last time. A little bit of movement up and down the table. If your dog moves like him, you don't need to do a lot of this. If your dog struggles to move up and down your table, you need to put a little more emphasis on that. Make sure that you are building on the movement category. Good. Okay, let's stand up. Now, where we left last time was with just our hand here. We had done some reps like this. I use my fingers again so that we have a good grip and can tell what's happening inside the mouth. Good. And then we move right into some objects. I like this bumpered dowel. We'll move in here. Getting lips and gums out of the way. Hold. Good. Asking for small amounts to build off of. Hold. Good. Now, as you work through this, if your dog's doing that well, basically no issues at all, we can move on to something else. Thinking about how you progress through bumpers, though, is important. We utilize this is small in diameter. It's also hard. Hard things help with dogs that do more mouthing, rolling, chewing, crunching. It's not as fun to crunch hard things. So we typically involve that. This is another one that's pretty easy. It's just a paint roller. This also works good for puppies and retrieving. But then we have slightly bigger as we go, canvas or DT soft mouth trainers. And then you can get up into larger, a fun Eukanuba bumper. And then some really big ones. Having a little bit of a variety that ultimately does incorporate feathers. These are some old wings taped onto bumpers. We need to be able to work through there's a fire hose one. We need to be able to work through all of these different types of things, gunners, bumpers even. We have a collection. So let's go ahead and get started with something that is slightly different than this. I feel like this is a good jump, okay? The smaller steps you take in dog training, the faster you're going to get there. Good, okay. I want you to stand up. We're going to open his mouth, put that in, get the gums out of the way. Hold. Good. Don't ask for a lot, okay? I didn't say hold and then step away. We're not there yet, all right? We've got to do small pieces at a time. Now, he has a really good natural hold. He also likes to learn. Hold. Good. There you go. And we can progress on to something else. So he's making this look fairly easy, which is the way he's made most of his training look. Hold. Good. But don't get discouraged if your dog does take a few sessions. Try and keep a little cooking timer, a little timer with you. Set yourself on whatever works for you. Set a 5-minute timer and try and beat it, okay? When you start a session, have a plan of where you're going, and then look for the perfect place to stop. Did that rep go really well? Let's not try for another one. Let's call that it. Now, this also does involve the finesse of knowing, understanding your individual dog, what they can handle, what they can work through, and experience. I cannot stress enough. This is if you only utilize our additional help services at patreon.com/Standing Stone Kennels, you can sign up for weekly or every other week live videos, or even better yet, you can get our course on this entire process, standingstonesupply.com/courses. And there's a link right at the bottom of every lesson that you can schedule just a 15-minute call for us to check out where you're at, as well as me watch you in the session, help you to understand, are you asking too much, not pushing enough? And then from there, you will progress very quickly, okay? We will cover the bumps. We've done this. Well, let's go to this guy. These are all similar to different sizes. That's good, but similar textures, similar type of bumpers. Hold. Good. Go ahead and try this one's a little bit different. Eukanuba. Hold. Good. If we ever have an issue anywhere along here, we would take a half step back, do more reps with that individual one. Good. He's making this process look fairly simple. Let's go all the way up to the biggest bumper we have. This one you kind of have to roll in there. Hold. Good. And then let's go ahead today, because he's doing so well with this stationary holding, a couple extra feathers there. Let's work on something with feathers involved. There's the first little hiccup. Hold. Good. Let's do another rep here. See if we can get one without the hiccup. Get these gums out of the way. Hold. Good boy. Okay, that's a great place to end our session. Did really well with all of the different objects that are fairly similar. We did get into something with feathers, and that gave him just a smidgen, very small amount, but just a smidgen of trouble. We worked through it with a rep, and that looked like a really good place. We still have a happy, tail wagging, excited pup to be here. Don't drag these out. That is going to be the biggest thing that is going to work against you. Doing too long of sessions or asking too much is going to build confusion, and that confusion will lead to lack of desire to continue working through the process. It's just going to be crappy, okay? Keep your sessions short, ask for little pieces. Again, the smaller steps that you take in dog training, the faster you're going to get there. Thanks for watching. This is Hex, the guy with the pen gun. We'll see you in his next video.